Wings into the back straight for the consolation of the spring series. Good line on the front. They're away. Expressionist began well, and she will look for the lead, and I'd say we'll find the lead pretty easily too. Gets across the other one, Sound Barrier. Now from out wide coming across is Ashley Ladd. It's going to work up and join the leader. Grabbing the trail in the 1-1, Selena's Lad. Out 3 wide, but easing into a trail. She's a Wood Duck. It drops in front of Challenger. Trapped out 3 wide, High Fire. Getting up along the rails, then Here to Go. Well back on settling up, Bakila and 50-50 the rails. And back to the tail now goes High Fire. Well, they straighten up, and there's no speed on at all now as they come down the straight. Expressionist led, and she's 4 metres to Sound Barrier. Ashley Ladd finds the rails third. This leaves Selena's Lad without cover. She's a Wood Ducks in the 1-1, and Here to Go on the rails. 50-50 next on the inside of Challenger. Lead time's 47.7. Another 5 metres there to High Fire, which broke up, and Bakila just checked slightly on the outside. They race towards the back straight now, just over a lap and 3/4 to run, and those that have laid the long odds on will be pretty happy. Expressionist in front and travelling nicely. She's done it pretty easily in the early part without a lot of speed on. 4 metres clear. Sound Barrier's got the trail. Selena's Lad facing the breeze. Ashley Ladd 3 back on the inside. 1 by 1, she's a Wood Duck. Then down on the rails, Here to Go, a couple of metres to Challenger. Up onto its back, Bakila, the inside 50-50, and getting it going again at the tail was High Fire. Off the back, under a lap and a half from home, and still Expressionist the pilot. She's 2 metres clear now. Selena's Lad has slid closer on the outside, slid up closer I should say. In behind the leader, Sound Barrier, getting a good trail but now fully in the pocket. She's a Wood Duck 1-1. The first quarter was only 33.5. Then Ashley Ladd on the rails, 4 metres to Challenger. It's around Here to Go. Another 2 metres then to Bakila, and back along the rails 50-50 with High Fire the outer. Past the 800, towards the back they head. Expressionist will have no excuses. The favourites had a very good run. 3 metres to Selena's Lad under pressure, trying to go forward. Still there battling away. In behind the leader, Sound Barrier. She's a Wood Duck 4th. Then Ashley Ladd on the inside, 31-1 the second quarter. Still well back then, Challenger. Bakila comes wide, High Fire pulls out. And back on the rails, Here to Go from 50-50. Down the back, Expressionist with 4:50 to run. Still held together, led 2 metres, Selena's Lad. She's a Wood Duck, makes a move out 3 wide. On the rails then, Sound Barrier looks for the run. Ashley Ladd's work, 1 out, 1 off. Challenger out 3 wide, 4 wide, High Fire. 50-50 drives up behind them at the 200. Still going very well, Expressionist. She's a Wood Duck, can't get it. Sound Barrier will get into the clear as they turn. Went roughly as I spoke, and getting up along the rails 50-50. But it's all Expressionist. Had a very easy run. And Expressionist comes on to score. 8 metres, no, a bit less on the line, only 6. Sound Barrier might be second. I think 50-50 was going to run second, but he had to grab hold near the post. Then Selena's Lad, Ashley Ladd, Bakila. She's a Wood Duck. Challenger, well back then to Here to Go, and High Fire last in.
Okay, 2 and a photo there. Globe Race 6. Moonee Valley, let's update. The race coming.
Final check at the tote. Emma May into 290 and 160. In front of 5, Miss Elusive at 540 and 190. And number 4, Katie Amanda, 620 and 190. All in. Green light for the final event. Ready for a start. Race 10 of the night from Penrith. Off and running, flying the start was Hidden Jaffa, lob 2 lengths in front of Miss Elusive and Katie Amanda. 2 further back to Perpetual Motion, followed by Peter 2 from Emma May, Miss Gray and Last African Sun. Out of the straight, Hidden Jaffa is a length and a half in front. Pressure applied by Miss Elusive, second on the outside of Katie Amanda the fence. 2 further back, Perpetual Motion, and a further length and a half to Peter 2. They're out by 5 on Miss Gray. Second last was Emma May, and the trailer is African Sun. Down the side, Katie Amanda gets the better of Hidden Jaffa. Miss Elusive to the outside, but around the home turn goes Katie Amanda. It's scooting clear, Katie, and Katie Amanda down to the post to win by 3. Katie Amanda first, second Hidden Jaffa, third Miss Elusive, followed by Peter 2 and Perpetual Motion from Miss Gray, Emma May, and one of the last ones in was African Sun.
Flotilla Stakes Race 7 at Moonee Valley is race number 7. It's upcoming in
field. Start at the top of the straight, run of 140 metres to the winning post and 2 laps, and they're away. Von Trapp driven out with the whippers began very quickly, and so too out wider was Steel Dawn. Von Trapp's going to get across in front of Steel Dawn though. Kicking up on the inside, Jewel Star went to third. Trap 3 wide early was Race Time Mac. In the centre, Riviera Cam, and getting up along the inside was Hercules Bromac. Duga Deluga's gone back to a third last on the inside of Flying Louis, and last of all was Nuclear Bomber. They race to the back with about 1,600 metres left to travel. Von Trapp in front, leads by 5 metres. Working without cover now was Steel Dawn. On the inside was Jewel Star. Racetime Mac is 1 out and 1 back, and 3 back on the inside was Hercules Bromac. Then Riviera Cam on the outside of Duga Delurga. 4 metres away Flying Louis, and 4 metres away last of all was Nuclear Bomber. Off the back 1,300 metres left to travel, and the leader is Von Trapp for Stephen Dove by a metre. Steel Dawn was second, third Jewel Star locked up on the fence. Racetime Mac was fourth on the outside. Fifth on the fence was Hercules Bromac, and then Riviera Cam its outside, followed by Duga Delurga racing on the inside of Flying Louis, and about 5 metres away last of all was Nuclear Bomber. Coming down the straight to get the bell lap now, 1,000 metres from home, and Von Trapp leads by 2 metres to Steel Dawn, 2 metres away through the inside Jewel Star. Racetime Mac was fourth, no real changes in this race. Fifth, the inside Hercules Bromac, Riviera Cam its outside, then Duga Delurga. Second last, the outside Flying Louis. Last of all, as they go out of the straight, was Nuclear Bomber. 750 metres left to travel. Von Trapp still on top, 2 metres clear of Steel Dawn. Third, the inside Jewel Star. Racetime Mac was fourth. Fifth, the inside Hercules Bromac. Sixth, the outside Riviera Cam, and then Duga Delurga. Second last Flying Louis, Nuclear Bomber last of all. Down the back straight, 550 metres left to go. Now the moves are about to come, and Von Trapp is just the leader. Steel Dawn breathes down his neck. Second the outside, then Jewel Star. Racetime Mac hooking out wide was Riviera Cam, about to run on. Over on the inside was Hercules Bromac, then Duga Delurga. Flying Louis not really going well at this point, but he's hooked out wide and now taken to the outside and starting to make ground. And Nuclear Bomber switch back to the fence. Von Trapp in front of Steel Dawn, who's under the whip on the outside. Von Trapp himself under a bit of pressure. Running on was Racetime Mac on the outside, then Jewel Star. At the top of the straight, Von Trapp just the leader from Steel Dawn. Here's Racetime Mac on the outside, Von Trapp in front. Racetime Mac is wearing it down on the outside. Racetime Mac went up to take the lead from Steel Dawn. Racetime Mac put his head in front, and Racetime Mac's got up and won. Racetime Mac in the last few bounds has got up the score from Steel Dawn. Third home Von Trapp, and then Jewel Star, Nuclear Bomber. Next in Hercules Bromac, and they were followed by Flying Louis out wide. Never really got into the race from Duga Delurga, and Riviera Cam, very disappointing. Had a good sit, but it's finished up at the tail end of the field.
8.75 there, race 7 at Moonee Valley. Let's take it away.
Ready, Lure rolling. 8 pink is the fave, Toucan Lass. 9th at Wentworth Park Racing. Fox's Fortune won the start from Toucan Lass. In the middle, Grierson is looking for the early lead. Falling there quite heavily was Hyperbolism. Settling, and Rhiannon's got along the rails to join this leader, Grierson and Rhiannon looking for the lead. Brilliant Opal is right behind them, right off the track, trying to get over. Was Toucan Lass, followed by Rematch, and then came Militia. On the corner, Grierson got away, going to second, Toucan Lass, and then Rhiannon, but nicely out in front. Grierson's holding Toucan Lass at bay, and Grierson beats Toucan Lass. Rhiannon third, Militia fourth. Then a break in the field to Rematch, Fox's Fortune, Brilliant Opal, and Hyperbolism completes the course along last.
6.81 there, Sydney's race 9.
Thursday, October 17 at Moe, with the running of the $50,000 Carlton and United Breweries Moe Cup. In the second State of Origin Jockeys Challenge, top Melbourne jockeys Michael Clark, Damien Oliver and Darren Gauci do battle with leading Sydney riders Darren Beedman, Ken Russell and Malcolm Johnston. The winner of the 4-race series will receive a Mirage Port Douglas holiday, plus the chance to win a luxury motor car. Join the fun on course with the Trackside Punters Club and Fashions on the Field. It all happens on Carlton and United Moe Cup Day, Thursday, October 17. Be there.
Come on to the action, come on to the course, come on to the party, put your money on a horse. You could get lucky Saturday night. Come on to the power, come on to the heat. Roll with the thunder of 40-pounding feet. You could get lucky Saturday night.
Globe Derby Park. At 5 to 4, $2.20 on the TAB. There's the blue light, and they're off and running. And El Page out wide, and Walla Wally in the centre came out quickly. Heikelon began well in front of Born to Star. Remember Rhodey Deep going into the first turn on the outside of Magic Admiral, and Suru King dropped out to the rear. Walla Wally went looking for the lead, but Heikelong's holding the rail, and the little filly Heikelong in front at the end of 350. Walla Wally posted and being restrained, trying to get in, though Born to Star went up on the fence and kept Walla Wally wide. 2 lengths to El Page, 1 to Suru King. Remember Roadie out 3 deep as they work past the mile marker, and Magic Admiral drop back to the tail of the field. Lead time 36.9, and Hike Along is 2.5 clear at the 14.50. Born to Star in second spot. What a Wally a length away third in the breeze. And remember Roadie, the favourite out 3 deep, has been there from the word go and is working. Suru King's on the rail on the inside of El Page, and 2 lengths away was Magic Admiral. Hike Along shows the way onto the bend at the 1200 metres mark. She leads by more than a length over Remember Roadie without cover. Born to Star third behind the leader. What a Wally fourth, now on the back of Remember Roadie. Suru King locked up on the rail. Then El Page, and a length away is Magic Admiral. 32.3 for the first quarter of the mile. Hike Along not using a lot of gas. 2 in front of Born to Star and a neck to Remember Roadie. Suru King on the fence, covered by What a Wally. Then El Page, and still Magic Admiral last as they turn out of the straight. Short of 900 left to travel. It's Hike Along showing the way. Hike Along 2 in front of Born to Star. 3/4 to Remember Roadie on the outside. Suru King locked up on the rail, and then What a Wally being urged along from El Page, who ran into trouble. He almost ran into the cart of What a Wally, and Magic Admiral a neck away as Hike Along broke away. 32.1 for the second section. Down the back, Hike Along pinched a break. She was 4 in front, but they go after her again. She leads by 2.5 now over Remember Roadie. Then Born to Star. Suru King coming away from the rail. El Page went up on the outside, put Suru King back into a pocket, and then Magic Admiral. Hike Along 1 in front of Remember Roadie, who's flat to the boards. El Page looming up 3 deep from Born to Star, and Suru King. Hike Along in front on the corner. The little filly just in front when they turn. El Page the big danger. El Page swept to Hike Along, took the lead with 100 to run. Here's Magic Admiral late, but it's a mile too late, and El Page wins. El Page first, Magic Admiral second, third Photo, probably Suru King from Hike Along, then Born to Star, Remember Roadie, and What a Wally was last of all.
Okay, check those. Photo there.
To start. They are away. Filbert Street began pretty well, so too did Motor Toe. Luganis goes back in the early stages, showing no pace. Out wide of the Auditor comes across. Calcutta 3 driving through in the centre. It has Tip Top Tolliver 3 wide and Speedrow 4 wide. Luganis back on the inside from Family Trust, and Lord Crest from the wide draw has eased back towards the tail. They sort themselves right out now as they're about to swing into the straight the first time, 2 1/4 out, and Motor Toe has held the lead by 6 metres to Filbert Street. Luganis was on the rails, but it's broken up. Luganis, it goes for a gallop. Family Trust will have to check behind it. On the outside, still out 3 wide, the Auditor. Calcutta 3's in the centre. Family Trust being badly hampered by this galloper. Speedrow's also out deep. Tip Top Tolliver goes to the rails. Lord Crest has those 2 behind him now, Luganis and Family Trust. Lead time 49.9 as they make their way towards the back, and the leader is Motor Toe by 4 metres. In second placing on the outside, the Auditor. Behind the leader now, Filbert Street. On its back, its stablemate, Tip Top Tolliver. 1 out and 1 back, Calcutta 3, nicely placed. On its back, Speedrow. In turn on its back, Lord Crest. Getting up along the rails, Luganis. And now racing last on its lonesome was Family Trust. They're about to come off the back straight. They've got a lap and a half left to run. And Motor Toe on top by 3 metres. In second placing on the outside, the Auditor. Filbert Street's getting the nice run again tonight. In the 1-1 trail, Calcutta 3. Now here's Lord Crest coming out 3 wide. I'm sure he'll be trying to flush out Calcutta 3. On the inside, Tip Top Tolliver. Speedrow in the centre. Luganis onto the back of Lord Crest, and Family Trust last. First quarter 34.2 is in the straight getting the siren. Motor Toe led. Calcutta 3 takes off quickly. Back in the pack, Speedrow galloped. Calcutta 3 moves to Motor Toe. Lord Crest left 3 wide on a limb again. The Auditor in the centre. Filbert Street broke up. Tip Top Tolliver gets past it. Luganis lost the back of Lord Crest, and then Family Trust and Speedrow racing towards the back, 6.50 out, and the leader is Motor Toe. On the outside, second, Calcutta 3. The second quarter was 32.3. Lord Crest has dropped in onto the back of Calcutta 3. Then on the inside, the Auditor. Lugana still makes ground from Tip Top Tolliver, Family Trust and Speed Row. Going to the 400. Calcutta 3 moved up and took the lead from Motortoe. Lord Crest runs on strongly now. And then Lugana still making some ground from the Auditor, Family Trust. Calcutta 3 led, but Lord Crest is quickly moving up on the outside. Races to Calcutta 3, then Motortoe, Luganis. Family Trust still makes ground, but into the straight, and Lord Crest goes to Calcutta 3 and goes clear. Lord Crest is coming right away in the straight and rewarded for some pretty good racing of late, Lord Crest. He races away to win 10 metres. Second place in Calcutta 3. Luganis got up for third in a photo from Motortoe. Then Family Trust, the Auditor, Tip Top Tolliver, Speed Row and tailed out Filbert Street.
Okay, well, that's the story 6, 8 and 1 as we take it out of Peter for the final race in Sydney, the Woodstock Stake.
Thanks, Nick. Yes, moving over for the lucky last. And quick look at the tote board. Flash Mac is at 12 now. Trade bonus into 5 to 2. 13 to 2, Dandy Gem is steady. 3's for Big Bad Paul. 9 to 4 for Belcour. 16 Poor Show and Pleasing Girl at 14 to 1. So not much between Belcour, Trade Bonus and Big Bad Paul. Last couple are in. Dandy Gem, last one locked away, and they're ready now. Here's the lower of the boxes for the lucky last. Race 10, Wentworth Park. Set to jump, racing. And best out Dandy Gem and Poor Show, both showing speed from Pleasing Girl, crossing quickly Belcour into a handy spot. Right behind those was Flash Mac, Trade Bonus, and back to last Big Bad Paul down the back. And Dandy Gem the front runner, Poor Show second, third Belcour. Then came Trade Bonus and Flash Mac nearer the inside. Off the track Big Bad Paul and last of all Pleasing Girl, but on the turn Dandy Gem the front runner. Second was Poor Show, Belcour runs on, Dandy Gem nicely clear, and Dandy Gem wins the last. Getting up for second, Belcour. Third was Trade Bonus, and then came Poor Show. Big Bad Paul dropping well out of it was Flash Mac, and Pleasing Girl was last.
4 in a photo race 10 Sydney.
Welcome, y'all, to Sky's Country Collection. Every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we kick off the evening's music with a little bit of country. We've got all your favorite local and international acts and some mighty fine new talent that you just shouldn't miss. So, to get the night swinging along, don't forget Sky Country Collection, Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, just prior to Sky Rock music non-stop.
Lord Crest.
Race 8, there's the green light. They're away in pacing. Beginning quickly out wide was All Class, and flashing through in the centre was My Mazeppa looking for the early lead. Vital getting out quickly as well. My Mazeppa's going to cross in front of Vital, though, who's persisting for the lead. All Classes around them out 3 deep, and close up in the centre was Rainbow Rocket. Then Bon Marché fifth on the inside. Behind them was Az Attack. Working around them out wider on the track was Parlour Royal. A break in the field to Johnny Agar. Settling down second last, Laser Low Bell. And Highway Prospect gets one off the fence. He's at the tail of the field. Running down the straight with 2 laps to go, and My Mazeppa's in front. All Class worked up without cover now to be second. Vital's got the 1-1. Bon Marché's on the leader's back. Going around them out 3 wide was Parlour Royal. 3 back on the inside was Johnny Agar, and they were followed by Az Attack pulling out 3 wide. Rainbow Rocket was in the centre, down on the fence, Laser Low Bell, and last of all Highway Prospect. Out of the straight, My Mazeppa in front, leads at the 1700 metres point by 1 metre. Now working into the death seat was Parlour Royal. Az Attack goes around them out 3 wide. For the moment, All Classes got the 1 by 1. In a moment, it'll be 1 by 2. Bon Marché's on the leader's back. 3 back on the rail, Johnny Agar. Vital, it's outside. Here goes Bulldog Nicholson off 3 wide on Highway Prospect. Laser Low Bell was second last, being tightened up. There was Rainbow Rocket, has dropped back to the tail of the field. Down the back, 1350 metres to go. My Mazeppa's had a good run, but here's Highway Prospect around the outside. Going to move up and sit without cover now. Gives Az Attack the 1 by 1 trail. Bon Marché's on the leader's back. Nicholson looking for the lead here on Highway Prospect. He's drawn 2 metres in front of My Mazeppa, and they've quickened up. He's persisting. He might get around My Mazeppa. They're getting a little bit tight. Highway Prospect's got 3 metres in front of My Mazeppa and crosses with 1200 metres to run. In third placing, Bon Marché inside Az Attack. Fifth on the inside, Johnny Agar. It's outside was Parlour Royal, and then came All Class, followed by Laser Low Bell, Vital, and back at the tail of the field was Rainbow Rocket. A circuit left to go. Highway Prospect in front, leads by 4 metres from the other favourite, My Mazeppa. On the outside, third was Az Attack. Down on the fence, fourth was Bon Marché. 1 by 1 now was Parlour Royal in a race of many changes. 4 back the fence was Johnny Agar, followed by All Class. Then Laser Low Bell, Vital hooking out 3 wide. All Class pulled out in front of it, and latching onto their backs in turn was Rainbow Rocket. Into the back for the final time. 800 metres to travel. Highway Prospect in front by 2 metres. In second placing on the outside was Az Attack, and moving around the mat 3 wide as they run down the back was All Class. Locked up behind the leader was My Mazeppa, followed by Parla Royal. Vitals out 3 deep. Then Bon Marché, Johnny Agar got away from the rail. Laser Low Bell 3 wide. And last of all was Rainbow Rocket. They're bunched up off the back, 400 metres to go. Highway Prospect is flat, been taken on by Az Attack, who just poked his bib in front. All Class was out 3 wide and running on. My Mazeppa trying to get off the fence around the outside. Vital. Parla Royal can't go on. Johnny Agar's making up ground, and then Bon Marché at the top of the straight. Highway Prospect kicked back, got 2 metres in front of Az Attack. Down the outside, All Class. My Mazeppa running on from Vital, but Highway Prospect kicked clear with 100 metres to go, and he's got it all parcelled up. Johnny Agar flashing home out wide with Vital, but Highway Prospect wins 5 metres. Second might have been Johnny Agar in front of My Mazeppa and Vital. In 5th position, Az Attack, and then All Class, Laser Low Bell, Parla Royal, Rainbow Rocket, and Bon Marché was back at the tail. Numbers straight up in the frame. Number 9, Highway Prospect, driven by John Nicholson. Perfect drive. Took off at the right time, got to the front with 1,200 metres to travel, and after being headed at the 400 is kicked away in the straight, and it's won easily. Number...
To the last. Favourite is Make a Fuse at $3.30 and $2.20. Lights On. Racing, and Make a Fuse from out wide exploded out of the line, went straight to the aluminium and leads at the end of 100. Chief Bandon runs up to second, Ardent de Jour's third, and Tip Top Tommy fourth as they reach the first bend. Then Speed Monarch from Wouldn't It Be, and Chancey Scott drops back to the tail of the field. Make a Fuse the leader at the end of 300 metres past the 1,800 metres peg. By more than a length over Chief Bandon in the breeze, Ardent de Jour's a length and a half away third. Tip Top Tommy fourth, one back in the running lane, sitting on the back of Chief Bandon. 2 to Speed Monarch, 3/4 to Chancey Scott, and a length and a half to Wouldn't It Be. That's the order as they roll down the back of the track. The first 500 left behind them in 36. Make a Fuse, 2 in front of Chief Bandon, ahead to Ardent de Jour on the rail. Tip Top Tommy still fourth, sitting on the back of Chief Bandon. Chancey Scott sliding up on the fence, 2 to Speed Monarch second. Last, and Wouldn't It Be is last of the 7 as they come to the 1,200 metres corner. Make a Fuse shows the way around the bend with the bell looming up. Chief Bandon in second spot around Ardent de Jour. Now, Wouldn't It Be making a move out 3 deep, sliding up around Tip Top Tommy and Chancey Scott on the rail. And Speed Monarch is relegated back to the rear. 32.5 the first cut of the mile. Make a Fuse by more than a length. Wouldn't It Be 3 deep, rolls up into second spot. Chief Bandon going with Wouldn't It Be, keeping Wouldn't It Be wide into that bottom bend. Ardent de Jour's on the fence, then Tip Top Tommy, followed by Chancey Scott, and still Speed Monarch last past the 800 metres mark. Make a Fuse takes them to the back. 30.5 for the second section. Make a Fuse, 1 in front of Wouldn't It Be. 1 to Chief Bandon, Ardent de Jour on the rail, followed by Tip Top Tommy, and then Speed Monarch and Chancey Scott. Make a Fuse leads with 500 metres left to run. A neat length in front of Wouldn't It Be. Tip Top Tommy's 3 deep now going after the leaders. Ardent de Jour flat, Chief Bandon flat. Speed Monarch went up behind Tip Top Tommy, and now comes 4 deep. Chancey Scott's last. Make a Fuse leads at the 250. Wouldn't It Be's out of gas from Tip Top Tommy. Speed Monarch on the outside. Make a Fuse in front when they turn. Speed Monarch runs to second from Tip Top Tommy. Make a Fuse flattened out a mile in front. Speed Monarch's run into second place, then Tip Top Tommy and Wouldn't It Be, but Make a Fuse is much too good. Make a Fuse bolts in, winning the last easily. Speed Monarch second, Wouldn't It Be kicked again to run third. Tip Top Tommy fourth, Ardent de Jour fifth. Chancey Scott sixth, and Chief Bandon was seventh and last. The last favourite home.
836 there. Thank you to Terry.
Back. Set to go to learn Sally back, a couple on the inside. Showing speed Madagascar from the start. It's going to get across and lead early. Sir Mitchell comes with it. Turlearn Sally beaten for early speed, but it'll probably drive up behind the leader. Avon Shadow grabs the 1-1. Further back on settling down then Smartpreneur, and they're followed by Faldo, and last to settle was Johnny Idol. Madagascar the leader on the first turn, still Sir Mitchell just sitting up on the outside, might be applying a bit of pressure to the leader, and behind them To Learn Sally. Sir Mitchell tries to head off Madagascar. They're followed then by Avon Shadow, 8 metres then to Smartpreneur, another 6 metres, nearly 8 metres now to Faldo, Johnny Idol at the tail. Sir Mitchell hard driven, but he eventually finds the lead. Sir Mitchell goes to the front, and they've gone 44.3 the lead time. That is very quick. Avon Shadow now moves up without cover, and this will allow To Learn Sally, I think, to go up into the 1-1. Another 4 metres then Smartpreneur, Faldo next, and last of all was Johnny Idol. They've gone very hard in the early stages, and it's Sir Mitchell by a metre or so. In second placing, Avon Shadow. Madagascar in behind the leader. Now To Learn Sally works up into the 1-1. Down on the rails, Smartpreneur. They start to pack up somewhat now. Faldo on the outside, and then 4 or 5 metres away to Johnny Idol at the tail. Halfway around the top turn, a little over a lap and a quarter left to run. The pilot is Sir Mitchell, only a metre in front. In second placing, Avon Shadow. In behind them, Madagascar. First quarter was 31.2. To Learn Sally's 1 by 1. Smartpreneur back on the inside of Faldo, and biding its time at the tail was Johnny Idol. Down to the judge they race. They've got a lap to run. Sir Mitchell led, but he's had a pretty tough run in the early stages. A metre in front, Avon Shadow second. To Learn Sally's off the bit on the outside. Madagascar in behind the leader. Down on the rails then Smartpreneur. Faldo's about to come out 3 wide, and still Johnny Idol whipped them in. Racing towards the back, 6.50 out. Second quarter, 32.4, so he's got a bit of a breather on the leader. Sir Mitchell by a couple. Avon Shadow second. Madagascar in behind them. To Learn Sally in the centre. 3 wide Faldo. In behind them Smartpreneur and Johnny Idol going between runners. Going to the 400, and Sir Mitchell still held together. Led a couple of metres to Avon Shadow. Madagascar looking for a split in behind them. Don't like To Learn Sally, it's under pressure. So too Faldo. Johnny Idol right around the outsides, now starting to come quickly. Smartpreneur in behind them. Sir Mitchell led. Still there Avon Shadow. Coming quickly Johnny Idol, and Madagascar gets a split in the straight. Sir Mitchell kicked. Johnny Idol down the outside. Avon Shadow battles away. Johnny Idol tries hard, but Sir Mitchell in front and hangs on, yes. Sir Mitchell a metre, Johnny Idol. Avon Shadow third from Madagascar, then Faldo, To Learn Sally, Smartpreneur. Well, the hard pressure early.
Okay, 4.82 there, race out at Globe Derby, 4, 8 and 2. All right, well, that's about all we can bring you on Sky Harness Racing tonight. Don't forget Channel 15. You can make your switch right now to Channel 15. The Curry Cup is coming away, folks, with Tony Gregg and Mike Cleary. They're here, and they're going to present the Curry Cup from South Africa to you in a matter of moments on Channel 15. From Nick Roven on behalf of all the race night crew, have a very pleasant weekend.